Hi, this is Jeremy from Transmissions. What you're about to hear is the Friday night podcast panel from TFCon Toronto 2018. I'm wanting to intro this because I wanted to manage some expectations. The audio quality isn't the best on this file because it was coming off of the soundboard in the room and the volume was just a bit too high on the source. So there wasn't really that much we could do to fix it in editing. We've done the best we can, and it was a great panel, so we wanted to go ahead and just get that out there. So, despite what Vangelis says, it is not my fault, unless you count me not being there as being my fault, which, okay. But anyway, it was a fun panel to listen to, and I hope you all enjoy it.
So welcome to the pre-opening, penultimate opening ceremonies for TFCon 2018. This is a podcast roundtable, and we're all podcasters. That's why we're doing a podcast roundtable. We're pretty sure we are. The guy in the middle with the facial hair, he might actually be an international criminal. We're not sure. But
just that one time.
Literally a few days ago.
Yeah.
So we're going to do some introductions. My name's Chris. My internet name's Vangelis. I run WTF at TFW, which is the TFW 2005 podcast, where we are now up to date on our edits and releases.
Until right now.
Until right now.
You're already behind.
I am. And I also released 3 podcasts this week, but that's because we're eager. And also from my podcast is Aaron, who's over there.
Hi.
He's from America. Anyone else from America in the audience? Yeah. You know who else is from America? Some more folks on this podcast panel.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Welcome to TFCon. I'm Charles, a.k.a. Big C. I am 25% of the Transmissions podcast, and we're at the website. Yes, yay.
One listener. Two. You just doubled your listeners.
That's awesome. But yeah, so we're at transmissionspodcast.com. We do 2 podcasts a week, so we're not quite as prolific as WTF.
But we're on time.
You do 2 a week and put them out 2 a week. We do 3 over the course of 3 weeks-ish, and then I release all 3 of them in 9 days because, oh my god, TFCon's suddenly here. And the last one we recorded, I said, here's when my stuff at TFCon is happening, and that'd be super weird to put up after TFCon. One of your fellow podcasters is also here, but he's from this country.
Yes, so I am joined by Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hello. Hey, hi. Let's talk Transformers. Hey, I said it.
Daryl's also part of the weird little unofficial Magic the Gathering convention we're seeding into this convention.
I played that game when it was also not cool, but very long time ago.
Yes.
It's still not cool.
I also love how Chris frequently forgets that I've also been playing since Revised. So
I constantly tell Aaron, hey, you should try this card game thing out. It's pretty cool as he goes to his, 20th Gen Con.
Yeah. Well, not quite 20.
That's, wow. We also...
At least 10.
We also have a new podcast represented on the round table who's able to make it here. And if you'd like to introduce yourself and your podcast.
Hi, I'm Matthew, or _Zeus, if you don't like using real names. I'm a co-host on both Steel City Bots and Misaligned from the Nerdy Geek Talk Network. We're on YouTube at Nerdy Geek Talk. And I've not been on the last 2 episodes of Steel City Bots, but that doesn't mean I'm not a co-host.
You're now the convention correspondent.
Convention correspondent with 0 knowledge of Magic the Gathering.
That's all right. That's why
we can fix that.
We're here to teach you.
Oh, no.
I got to throw a quick shout-out, by the way, to Transmission's resident technology guru, Jeremy, whose birthday I have now spent 2 weeks building up to saying happy birthday. So happy birthday, Jeremy. And Unrelated, also Jeremy's not here, and I kind of rely on him being the main tech guy, so really if anything goes wrong, it's Jeremy's fault. He's already agreed to this. It's my birthday gift to him that I would, not really bring that up till we're here doing the panel, but...
We blame him for all our technical issues, whether he's here or around or not.
Like your car battery dies.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Damn Jeremy.
I literally direct people to Jeremy whenever someone says, what's a good podcasting mic? Should I get a Blue Yeti? And I'm like, I would have said yes, but then Jeremy gave me the shakedown about the Blue Yeti, so you should go talk to was it Yakko something on Twitter?
Yakko.org, where the O is in 0. Very easy to figure out.
Super easy. It practically says, ask me about microphones.
Yeah.
And so to also kick off the introductions, just briefly, for at least 2 of our shows, because we've done a couple of these roundtables now. Does anyone out here not listen to any Transformers podcasts?
What are you doing here?
Here's why you should check some out. On WTF at TFW, we go through a lot of news, and we also talk a whole lot about stuff that's completely related to Transformers, like Magic the Gathering, wrestling,
Kamen Rider, Lego,
Fortnite recently,
Nerf, a little bit of Fortnite, Nerf. Well, not Nerf so much lately.
Nerf.
As we like to
Overwatch
say,
for a brief period.
Yeah.
by the fans for the fans is what we like to call it.
Really?
And then conversely, also represented here is Transmissions, and you guys have got like your podcast is also kind of the hub of a whole community now.
Yeah, so we've started a Discord, which is a chat. It started for games, but now it's used for lots of people for lots of different things. And yeah, so we have a little community where you can we text chat, and we also stream our podcast live on Sunday nights before we put it up during the week. So that goes to all our premium supporters, who we call our Donatreons, who some of us are here in the audience, and we appreciate those guys because they help support the show. Because we are independent of any major Transformers website, so we need a little help to keep the lights on.
We don't have a big ass site helping us.
You know what I discovered when I started another podcast? It turns out if someone isn't just giving you a server to upload your episodes to, it actually costs money to run a podcast.
What?
Well, also, you could just upload your podcast to YouTube. Which is one of the modern things to do, which someday I should try doing. You guys have a YouTube presence with your What You Got type section,
Yes,
because you web stream it.
Yes, so we do a...
On the internet.
So an HTTP or an HTTPS, you web stream that to...
Yeah, so every Wednesday we do a regular podcast, and part of that podcast is a segment called Trips to the Store, where we show off all the stuff we got this week. It's difficult for me to keep up with getting new stuff every week. Daryl doesn't seem to have that problem, but I think I think this week I'll be banking a lot of stuff that I'll dole out over the next few months. Because probably spending all my toy budget this weekend.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite things about this panel and the way we set it up so people's podcast teams aren't sitting together is it always seems to get you guys more raw. I know it actually doesn't, but in person I always feel like, yes, he doesn't seem to have that problem. Yes.
That guy over there, he's a jerk.
I'm pretty good at getting Charles. But I liked it during his introduction where he said he's a quarter of the show because frequently we give him shit because he will not, crap.
You're not on a major network and they just get all HBO on this kind of thing.
But he will frequently veto every idea until his is the only one left. And so we've commonly referred to his share as 97%, and the rest of us just have 1% stake in the podcast.
You exaggerate.
See, here I thought you were going to make a comment about how he can't be 25% because he lost half of himself.
This is very true.
You could have complimented the man. You could have built someone up.
The compliments will come, but if people who haven't seen Charles or watched our YouTubes, Charles has lost a significant amount of weight over the last 6 months.
Thank you.
And now he has made it much more difficult for me to remain the size that I am. I enjoy my size, but now if he's going to be skinny Charles or thin C, I can't stay a big boy anymore. I'm going to have to lose weight too.
Skinny C was right there for you. I don't know why.
No,
you
I
chose
can't do it. But yeah, no. Congratulations on the weight loss, buddy. It looks good on you.
Oh, bopping over to our fresh chair, the one who doesn't have all kinds of passive aggressiveness to throw at his hosts, I assume.
I mean, we could build something right now if you want. You're sitting here fidgeting with the toy up on
Yeah, I'm going to take that away.
Yeah, it's a common. I mean, it's not a bad toy, but, it's been
Pretty
out for a
good,
while,
but
so.
This is why I don't take toys up here, is because the other hosts always just start snagging them and going like, oh, I'm just going to grab that.
Oh, that's why I didn't pull out any of the exclusives.
And don't!
Yeah, those will be all across the table out in the yard.
It's got grabby hands. You got grabby hands on one side, you got international criminal on the other. Like, I'm sorry I put you in that position. But tell us a little bit more about your own show, or I guess shows.
All right. The selling point of our shows and our whole network in general is that it's all young people. So if you don't already feel old, you will listening to our show.
Right, millennials, right? Because I'm one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's kill the diamond industry.
Wait, I thought it was cooking at home.
That's next.
Oh.
You're killing grocery stores too, aren't you?
Yeah, I keep cooking at, I'm cooking at home, but I'm not using the right grocery stores. And then because I'm cooking at home, I'm also killing restaurants.
Right.
You're using Amazon Fresh. That's how you kill grocery stores and you kill restaurants.
And, fair wage and all kinds of... Man,
Workers' decency and... is that on the topic list?
we didn't make it 15 minutes in until I started throwing shade at a billionaire. It's my bad habit nowadays. Thank you. This is apparently true. But yeah, you guys... So
Wait, hold on. Did you say billionaire? That's a slur.
This is apparently true. So do you guys upload to YouTube?
YouTube, in the last year, we've started using actually Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Podbean, a bunch of other stuff. But mainly, I think we draw a lot of our views from YouTube because that's where we started.
Yeah.
I say we. I joined the network in January.
Yeah, it's yours, He's saying 97% share. As long as you veto enough ideas, we can coach you over here a little bit.
If you just hold your ground. You just get a strong foothold and just say no.
Someday I'll steal the whole network right out from under Crown Over's feet.
Welcome to the _Zeus network. Let's move on to our next kind of pre-show topic, which is, and I got to ask the audience, do I look awkward? Because I feel like my knee is sticking up to here on this side of the...
Behind the toys.
Okay, I'm still going to put my leg down a little bit.
Do you want me to move over?
Your awkwardness has nothing to do with your knee placement.
I think mentioning the knee placement has actually made the awkwardness worse.
Yeah. All right, well, our next topic is... I was wondering, I guess we'll start off over with the _Zeus network. What are you looking forward to at the show this year?
Just the show in general. This is actually my first TFCon. So
Is this your first convention altogether? Have you gone to other?
no, I went to a LEGO convention a couple years ago up in where is it? It's just outside of San Jose, and every year for the past few years I've been going to the convention that Stan Lee hosts in LA.
Okay.
So not my first convention, it's my first TFCon and my first time on a panel, so
All right.
So you do know the convention basics of shower.
shower.
I would call it
water.
You're just jumping right into that. Eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I know the basics.
I'm not going to say that I already got hit by some of that con funk walking in a hallway, but I don't want to lie.
I
How do you
definitely won't.
know it wasn't yours?
And I definitely won't say
Except I
I'm not.
showered this morning.
I definitely won't say I'm not staying. I'm staying with someone who has that con funk, even though they're not even going to the con. Definitely not going to say that, Chris.
How?
Not you. I have my own Chris.
Well, everyone needs a Chris eventually. That's how we're going to take over.
It's going to be the _Zeus Chris network.
That's right. Well, that's what the underscore is. It's actually secretly a C. Any Chris's in the room? Woo! Yeah, we're taking over.
Are you the ones that aren't showering?
Part of the plan. That's why my leg's up on the table.
Okay.
Yeah, here, you can I'll stretch this over.
Everyone just moves a
share
few
your
steps over to the left.
I've already kind of forgotten why my leg's on the table.
That's my fault, sorry.
But the sciatica, it's gonna stay up there.
Well,
Now.
no, like this is completely relevant to the Transformers podcast, but when I was a kid, I used to be able to put my foot behind my head, and that flexibility just kind of like chilled out. I'm not going to do it right now
You were halfway to being a Transformer yourself.
because I have a shoe on, and you know what shoes are covered in is the floor. Don't put
Yes.
your shoes on your head. That's a thing.
I'm glad we had the sharing moment.
Charles, what are you looking forward to?
Well, I am a big fan of the comics, so I'm looking forward to getting some scripts from James Roberts and seeing Nick Roach again, and also David Kay and Gary Chalk. Those guys are awesome. Looking forward to seeing them, and just hanging out and seeing all my friends, all the people who who come out and have fun. I'm. Hey, there's another listener. Woo! Shout out to Doug.
We got 3.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest toy guy. I am looking for a couple of things, but my major thing is food, folks, and fun. If anyone remembers that.
The 3 Fs.
Speaking of comics, I want to jump in here for one quick second. Did anybody read the First Strike crossover event?
I did.
Did anyone not get the issue 0 that was given away for free? Everyone got it. Okay, cool.
I don't remember if I bought it digitally, so I don't remember if I.
I think I got a free one at TFCon.
All right. Well, I have 2 of them here that were extras when I was packing to come here, and I'm.
Only getting one, by the way. Yeah, I'll look one of those mine.
You want one?
Oh, if those are up for grabs, I'll take the other.
You're on the panel. You can't have one.
So that's the first
if
chapter
nobody
of
else
the tutorial
wants one,
how
I
to
will
sell
give one.
things at TFCon.
Yeah? Okay, one of you guys.
You got a thumb wrestle
You know you
for
got to
it.
fight
Chapter
for it.
2 is how to collect money for things at TFCon.
So,
I don't think
here's
he's
some
doing
hustle.
here right now.
You both want it. Somebody has to be the victor.
What's happening in the audience?
I'm
All right, he's up first. You can come get it, or get it after the show. Doesn't matter. But yeah.
Does Daryl just introduce chaos like this all the time?
It's just I'm a chaotic.
We didn't discuss this before the panel.
Is this what Daryl's looking forward to at this convention this year? Is like I'm going to induce chaos.
I'm the chaos bringer.
Oh, I have no purpose here if he's the Chaos Bringer then.
Some people do drop toys in the room, so if you do find a car under your chair, then you're welcome. Aaron,
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to?
This really.
Oh, well, you're here for a weekend, I guess.
Yeah. I enjoy the all of this kind of grows and grows and is bigger friends and family and like I enjoy the toys, but I'm pretty much up to date now, even though we haven't had the latest show of when the toy drop broke. So all of that, and a couple of the exclusives look interesting, but I'm not sure how interesting versus the financial conversion of all of the exclusives this year.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll get into that later. I have a little...
That's a topic.
I keep wanting to call you _Zeus now that you said it out loud, and I like the way it sounds.
It's a good name that I came up with as a joke last July.
I like it when underscore is just said out loud.
It's a good word, that and asterisk, ampersand.
Oh man, ampersand. Who was Zeus's wife?
Hera.
Hera. Ampersand Hera.
My name for April Fools was ampersand. Is it Jupiter? Is that the Roman Zeus?
Oh, don't ask me this now.
Yes.
I looked this up. I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Jupiter.
Great. Thank you. Ampersand Jupiter. That was my name for April Fools, and then for a bit of April 2nd when I forgot to change it back.
That's the best kind of April Fools. Because you just leave it running.
Wait, it's like April 8th. What was the... Oh, no.
What's this ampersand thing on my timeline? Who is this person?
Well, ampersand Jupiter, what are you looking forward to this year at TFCon?
I'm looking forward to you asking me that question a third time now.
All right. Well, ampersand Jupiter. Who have I not hit, or am I the only one who's left?
You're the only one left.
You didn't ask Daryl.
Well, I assumed that he cut in to say what he's looking
He
forward
like cut
to.
in and gave stuff out. That's what he wants.
He cut in to talk about a comic. Maybe that's what
He's
is that what you're
caused the
looking forward to?
problems.
Just handing out free stuff?
Okay, # Daryl.
That's a hashtag.
I'm doing the IRC.
I will take that abbreviation before my name. I want to be pound sign.
That's for all the Zennials, all right?
Yeah. By the way, does anyone remember what used to be the shift 2 before the @ sign was there?
That was the Oregon Trail button.
Because the @ sign was not always there. Anyway, trivia for another day.
You were going to say what it was. That's right.
It's some little like apostrophe thing. It's I don't remember the name.
If anyone knows, please call it out.
It's a weird, like, French-Canadian keyboard.
I desperately need to know what's going on. I'm not old enough to remember this.
As far as what I'm looking forward to,
Maybe he's too old. I don't know.
I'm pretty old. As far as this weekend is concerned, I'm looking forward to this kind of stuff. There's a couple toys that I'm kind of trying to find. I'm trying to complete a few figures, G1s mostly. I have a list on my phone of likely very expensive parts that I'll be looking forward in the dealer room. I likely spend a lot of time digging through bins and stuff. But really, it's all about this: seeing everybody, talking to the people that come in, and interacting with other fans, and talking Transformers. I really enjoy that.
All right. I'm always happy when someone's like, I'm looking forward to stuff like this, because the best is when someone's like, the thing I'm looking forward to the least.
Wait, hold on. This is a Transformers show?
It doesn't have to be.
Well, there's going to be some magic played.
See, Daryl brought a legacy format deck, and I brought my modern Eldrazi-tron, and they're probably equal terms, so we're going to bump heads with those things a little bit. We're also armed with some
I
commander
will
and,
destroy you. I'm sorry.
Does anyone want to switch seats? I also brought some Pauper. I brought my 5 Pauper decks I've been putting together in case you guys want to pop some one-on-one. I got some Marasatron, I got some Affinity. Right? Yeah.
I brought a bag of Lego Space. Does that help anyone at all?
Y'all are going to understand soon, because that card game with Transformers is coming out, and they use the word untapped on one of those cards. It's going to be all full of magic talk.
How about you, Chris? What do you want to do this weekend?
I'm looking forward to the plug's actually on my topic list at the end, but I am looking forward to doing some Sunday paneling. Doing 2 panels on Sunday and then another panel on Sunday.
So that's 3?
3 panels on Sunday.
Math.
This is the educational part of the panel.
I like to get artistic with my math. I'm also looking forward to, I really want to see, I don't know if I will, but I want to try to pull off at least one interview this year, because it's been a bit since I did one, and those are fun. I want to do the socializing thing, because that's a pretty cool thing you can only do at conventions, really.
Right.
Aside from, like, having friends in real life or something.
Wait, you can do that?
Apparently. I went on Reddit once and I asked them.
Millennials have a harder time making friends in real life.
Yeah, we're all so busy cooking at home and ruining the government or whatever it is we do now.
But the other quest I have is and this is, I'm going to say up front, this is not a bother. This just got out of hand really fast. I was like, a friend of mine was like, hey, can you mule some stuff? And I'm like, sure. And then the exclusive count for the show went from like 3 to 6 to 8 to like, I think, 9 or 10? Like, I don't even know anymore. So it's going to be an adventure because, like, I laid out up front. I'm like, I'll try to get stuff. I don't know if I will. But it also became a thing of, like, how much is it even going to all cost? And I was like, I don't actually know anymore.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun. That's like I'm not really looking for anything for myself outside of some of the exclusives and like that little Hearts of Steel Bumblebee, and then the little Bumblebee by that new company. Whose name I can't rember.
Yeah, the thing with the thing.
New Age Toys.
New Age. Yeah, Clipper, little Bumblebee.
Flipper, the best name for a bee-based character.
I think that the company's doing the Hearts of Steel Bumblebee. They also have that 2-pack of a Cliff Jumper and a hubcap. These little tiny squished things seem to be. I was looking forward to tracking down that Warren Pocket Optimus, but then I went to the feedback thread, and the nicest things people were saying was it was great after I fixed it, which is like one of those things you read where you're like, maybe I'll wait a little while. So the X2 Optimus, the one that's on the blister pack thing with all the diecast, I want to find that.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My original plan for the con was go all in on pocket scale, but then I accidentally spent $100 in New York. So,
Like, did it fall down and you had to spend it to pick it back up.
I just I just walked into Forbidden Planet and I accidentally walked out with a bunch of comics and a couple Transformers. It wasn't intentional, I swear.
Reflexive spending is one of those things that, like, it feels all cool and futuristic until, like, you try to do it and they're like, oh, it seems like your account's depleted.
So I got a question. Maz Toys is here this weekend. They've brought the prototypes for those Tetrajets,
Yes.
the crowdfunding. Is anybody interested in that?
I am.
If I had money.
All right, a couple hands, right on. I'm interested to see these prototypes. Panel?
If I had money, I'd be very interested.
Okay. These are $90 each if they get funded.
Yeah, that's one of my peeves of Kickstarter is when it's a thing that could very well be taken care of in other fashions, and then Kickstarter becomes just like a pre-order function. And I've seen a couple of Kickstarters go bad with that, and I always feel slightly skeezy when I see it.
Not in our space, though, so far.
Yeah, we've been lucky to dodge that. There's been some
toys
some,
in
like,
general have been.
There's been some board game stuff that's had issues with that.
Yeah, the nice thing about toy Kickstarters is so far, like, at worst, they've been so suspect that they just didn't get past their threshold.
Right.
Which I guess is self-regulating, right?
Right.
But yeah, actually, I think we're really given how board games have gone, given how video game Kickstarters have gone. Toy stuff it's been generally solid.
Yeah.
Because I think that when you're working in a space where you're making either a digital product or a fully paper product, you're still able to produce a thing even if you maybe shouldn't.
Right.
Whereas with toys, you're kind of stuck at one point where it's like, well, now I got to pay for steel molds overseas.
Right.
And then, like, there is a wall you'll run into if you're not prepared enough. So we just got to get home printers going so we can get some skeevy toy Kickstarters. I got to give a shout out, by the way. I need to dig out a name, but he's volunteering. I got a cool 3D printed thing in the hallway. Well, no, in the lobby, not the hallway.
Important difference.
But it's like some little speakers you can stick on the hips for Power of the Prime's Jazz. And they were printed today, apparently, like hot off the press printed at a home printer in 2 different colors.
Are they still hot?
A little bit. They've been in my pockets. Now they're just kind of like friendly warm.
They're kind of gross warm.
Funky.
Sticky warm.
Funky.
Dan collects Transformers on Instagram. He printed them off just because he figured, like, hey, I can get the geometry right. Like, they peg into Jazz's, I think, butt. And they, get the hip speaker thing going on. And 3D printing stuff is so cool! Like, whenever someone goes like, hey, here's the thing I printed this morning, like, I still have that sense of wonder that I still have with stuff like Periscope, where it's like, if I'm in a moving vehicle and I run Periscope, I'm just like, hey, what's up, whoever's here? I'm live streaming out of a car. It was BotCon 2010 when we were driving to Disney World when a bunch of us were, like, I think it was Gog was running a stream off his phone or something, and I just flipped out because I'd never seen a data plan that could do that before. And like the idea that like we are live streaming audio video in a moving vehicle on a highway, like, just blew my mind, still blows my mind.
We're in the future.
Yeah. Next we're gonna get touchpad things that can be filled with different, various scientific apps and stuff like that. It's good times. Speaking of new stuff, may as well, because we got some time and we're on a podcast about Transformers. Some news literally just dropped today. Game Informer, noted Transformers website, got the reveal on the Next Generations line. They had small figures, one of the deluxes, and one of the Voyagers. Siege, the new not Prime Wars, but the new Generations trilogy that is replacing Prime Wars. We've been sitting there, we've been getting these little trickles of info. We've been spending months going like, they keep saying it's going to be like it's different. Like it's going to be on Cybertron. How different is it going to look? And then you see the pictures and like it looks exactly like Generations.
That's not true. That's not true. There are more boxes.
Yeah, their idea of an alien truck is an 80s truck with 2 boxes on the top with more lights in them. Because the current team is they're very nostalgia driven, and I was like, I wonder what they're going to do with alien vehicles. And it's just like the sideswipe vehicle just looks like a Lamborghini.
That's slightly smooshed?
It's smooshed the way they smoosh them when they don't want to pay Lamborghini.
Minor details.
I think it's hilarious how much thought was going into what this could look like, and then Optimus Prime's vehicle mode is just G1 Optimus with 2 boxes.
Yeah. And it's not like those boxes even show up on his robot mode chest.
No. It just looks like they took the headlights and transplanted them up on top of the car.
Yeah.
It's like he's got flash cubes for an old camera on his truck.
It's like those robot modes look really solid. They look like fun toys. Transformations look like they could be pretty darn cool. That side swipe, he's doing that downsizing a masterpiece thing that happened with alternators years ago. And I like that the small thing is now going to be a target master, it looks like, and that I admit I just didn't really engage with the pretender shells. Like, they look fine, but...
Yeah, I think the pretender shells was a good idea, but too small.
Well, also, they look great, right? But every time I've been in the position where it's like, well, if I want to buy a Transformers thing, I could buy the pretender shells I don't have. And then when that's the only thing I'm picking up, I sit there going, like, I suddenly start becoming very cognizant of the $8. And I'm like, that's $8 to do this. And and the weapon modes look like a man who fell down with a gun sticking out the back of his head, which is kind of cool. A couple times.
Well, for us, it's $5, so maybe that makes it feel a little better.
Numerically, yes. Because $5 is the one where you're like, I got one of those. Give me a toy.
It's the easiest impulse buy.
All of a sudden, people reacting to things that we can't see.
Did anyone not know about these image reveals and then just now found... Yeah, all right, sweet. That's WTF at TFW, bringing the hottest, freshest Transformers news.
One time, we did it!
Yeah!
Congratulations.
Hey, we were here
You
too.
can't control those screens and put the pictures up there, can you?
Somebody's doing that elsewhere, and we don't even have the cool monitor screens.
I don't want to suggest maybe... if we had those phones, what was it, the Zune? Was supposed to be the thing where you could take your Zune and go like, oh, you want my music? And then, like, your music would go into the other Zune.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. I don't know. I wish we had stuff like that.
You're still rocking the Zune. You're still promoting the Zune.
So we changed our whole file
If
structure.
Guardians
on
of the
WTF,
Galaxy can do it, he can too.
and we had our joke for our Zune listener link, and we had to change the links because we were moving everything to .net and blah blah. And so I was talking to the site admin for TFW, and he was like, "Hey, I came up with a working new version of the Zune link because I think that joke's really funny." So we still have a working link for the Zune listener. Who we refer to in singular.
Yeah.
We're sure they're out there. The actual question is when you guys getting on Google Play. And that's when I'm like, you should talk to the site admin. Because I don't run any of that.
We feed it into the magic box. Things happen.
Yeah.
It spits out the other side. It's magic.
Like now that we have WTF.TFW 2005, I have this whole extra interface. And it's just less boxes for me to fill, and that's all I really know. Like it's a WordPress interface, and I have that for my own site. So I was like, yeah, I recognize this. New post. I can click that. But yeah, I guess I was actually going to like, Charles, this is the guy who's literally just said he's not the toy guy.
I still like toys. The toys are
What's your
fun.
in-depth thoughts on those fresh toys we just got reviewed?
They don't look Cybertronian. I thought it was supposed to be War for Cybertron, and they were going to be on Cybertron and have cool Cybertronian modes and looked all space agey and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's just
Putting
a truck.
extra
It's
lights
just
on
a
a
car.
truck, that's space enough, right?
Yeah, come on. They needed more space to put that on there.
Like I could have at least done with Optimus being like an egg on wheels rather than a box on wheels. You know, I was kind of hoping he'd be eggular.
We had the War Within designs. You could have gone back to that well or done some variation on those guys.
That's Don Figueroa.
Could have also gone with the video game design again.
Yeah.
That I wonder what the state of those designs are given the state of High Moon and given the state of I don't know how licenses necessarily work.
I think Hasbro owns the IP for all.
Right, but do they own the appearance?
Yeah, like was that design work
High Moons, or
is it
was
owned
that
in the way where they can still make toys of it?
I mean, I would think so. It's all. I mean, that's what they do with the IDW comics. It's all work for hire. So
Yeah.
Hasbro retains.
Okay,
all the IP.
I've just noticed something actually on the Target Master.
Yo.
It looks like the pieces that are meant to be at firing off are removable because they're not. You can't see them on the back in the
like
second
the-
picture.
There's the shot with the Optimus Prime shield. It's on the shield.
Oh, cool.
They're actually effect parts, so that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm down for effect parts because they had that on a couple like what was it Leader movie
There.
Megatron from the last movie had like the flamethrower bits and some of those new Cyberverse toys.
I'm sorry,
like
did you say Leader Movie Megatron? I think you mean $50 flame effects with Movie Leader Megatron.
mine was
packed in.
$30. I got it secondhand.
That doesn't count.
And in Canada, it's $70.
The whole front of the truck is on his back.
Oh
I was
no.
hoping you wouldn't notice.
Maybe he's like trying to counterpunch.
He did all this work to, like,
Prime counter prime.
Girdle it back there. Girdle, is that the one where it's like
Yeah.
He just likes wearing a truck on his back.
Thank you, Malwave.
Some people just have trouble transforming.
It happens when you get older, okay?
When's San Diego Comic-Con? That's in like a
Next week.
Next week. So we're probably going to see at least like 2 or 3 more of these things.
Thursday and Friday are the Hasbro panels, so
All right.
it's a team.
I'm kind of jazzed for those.
Yeah.
You know what really sucks is they start making jazz toys again. Now everyone's like, "Oh, good pun." I'm just like, "No, it's just my lousy limited vocabulary." Like I got given these jazz speakers, and I was like, "Man, I'm really excited about these."
I was there for that. It was the most awkward moment.
I didn't want to pun.
You've not been around Chris too much then, because, I mean, that's like, okay, on the scale of awkward.
For the most awkward moment today, for me.
I've been more. The awkward moment
okay.
for me today is when I walked into my hotel room by myself and started talking to the couch. So I didn't know there was going to be a couch, and I was like, "Yeah, I could use it." I was like, "Hello there," and then I was like, "I wonder if you unfold." And I walked up and opened up the mattress. Like, "Are you? Oh, you're not. You're a regular couch."
It's okay. I asked my hotel room if there was a mic.
Did anybody get a Predaking yet? Woo! All right, we got a couple Predaking owners. Does it suck?
Yeah, I just spent $230 plus tax, and I hate it. It sucks. I'm so excited.
You like it? All right, good. I'm buying it regardless.
To the 2 Predaking owners, did you see the DNA design reveal on their upgrade set that they put up this week?
So I haven't looked at it yet.
Oh, it's new hands with fold-out spikes on the knuckles, and then a new sword that splits into 5 swords, and a spine to stick into the kind of hole in the back.
And wings. You forgot the wings.
And entirely new wings as well, the most forgettable aspect on a Predaking.
I shouldn't have buy the 200 stickers onto the...
Maybe, hold on, go ask Repro Labels first which ones are not being replaced by a Repro Labels set, maybe.
Yeah, always wait. Always the Repro Label set for Titan figures are always better.
Well, also, the sticker sheets right now are that, like, papery vinyl material, and that stuff rips like Kleenex if it gets snagged, and it's just frustrating to work with. It adheres in a really cool way when it works, but it's like, I prefer, like, with Triptychon, I put on the Repro Label set, which are, thicker stickers that just go on, and in anything that wasn't replaced, it's like, all right, I'll put on the stock ones, like for the eyes and stuff, and still one of those things, a little micrometer on the cut that wasn't cut, snagged when I pulled the eye off, the eye just ripped in half. And I was like, I guess I'm putting 2 more complicated stickers on now. 200 stickers? What?
I just opened it up and they're just like...
It's a lot.
Little slivers of gold and black wings, and it's just like...
Do you have tweezers?
Not with me.
You should probably use tweezers even if you end up...
Yeah, I have them at home. Like,
Okay.
Make it a group project. Invite a bunch of people.
I don't want to, like, there's just clearly so many... It's like... What was it? The Amazon exclusive Predaking
Right, yeah.
that had like 1 billion stickers.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's that all over again.
Even if you end up going with the stock ones, like, I'd recommend grabbing an X-Acto. Just double check those cut lines. Because it's frustrating when those stickers rip.
The other thing is, you're at TFCon. Just invite a bunch of people to do it with you.
Don't trust other people to do your sticker. I could not. Well, maybe you're braver than I am.
No, he's mad.
I already can't deal with it when I put a sticker on crooked. I'm just like, well, time to go flagellate myself. Just go grab the cat of 9 tails with the hooks and like eat my back for putting the eyeball on at 5 degrees askew. Maybe I take them more seriously than.
But Chris, it's not about the stickers. It's about making friends, I think.
It is. It's about the journey.
It's about sneaking free labor. Sticker party. You're going to a woman event to be able to apply Seeker, like G1 Seeker eye stickers correctly in 30 years.
No one can apply G1 Seeker eye stickers, I can guarantee you.
I know.
Challenge accepted. Someone get me one of those seekers right now.
Donate him your 80... it has to be sealed as well, so we know you didn't cheat. So we're moving towards the end of this intro panel. We've talked about what we're looking forward to. What can we straight up plug? Because now it's time for us to get shameless.
Wait, now is time?
It's plug-in time.
I've had no shame this whole time. Why do you think I accepted the invitation to this panel?
Well, now we get to okay, see, what you're talking about is the shameless where you say you don't do your top button. Or I'm going to wear the V-neck today. Now we're getting into the shameless where it's I'm going to write my brand on my cheek. Which I'm not doing. I'm not brave enough. There is a pen.
I'm look forward to that on Sunday.
There is a plug. There's a gentleman in the front who is selling Energon cubes. He has a sign up over on the board. If you want to contact him on Twitter or here.
I bought some last year. They're very good.
Blue and pink. Transmissions dudes.
Yes.
Have you got some pluggables?
Yeah, well, we are doing a listener meetup tomorrow evening, so we're just going out to dinner, and then later on, we're going to go take a tour through the parts parties, and Daryl, our wheeler and dealer, is going to help some of our listeners get good deals at those parts parties. So.
That's not guaranteed.
Especially if you say it out loud on a microphone with speakers, where some dealers may overhear it.
He totally won't be roughing people up to get 5% off. It'll be at least 20 when the knuckles come
I am
out.
now still the biggest one on the show, so I guess I have to enforce.
Loom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing a listener meetup tomorrow at 6 p.m. The restaurant is still to be determined, but if you go to our Facebook page, you can indicate if you would like to come. We already have a few people who we know are coming, but
They're like all three of your listeners.
yeah,
here,
they're here.
To be determined stands for TBD, by the way.
Yeah, so if you search for a Transmissions podcast on Facebook, then you can find the
It's like
event
listing
there.
number 4. They don't have really good SEO, but
And just listen to our podcast. That's transmissionspodcast.com.
We do a really good job on comics. the mega contest.
Well, we do.
Yeah. So we are celebrating our 5 year. This is our 5th year of our podcast.
5 years.
And we are doing a mega contest. So we have 5 prize packs we are giving away. Included in that, one of them has a Masterpiece Megatron, one of them has a Masterpiece Sunstreaker, and some comics, a Titans Return RC. Lots of exclusive stuff in these prize packs. To enter this contest, you just need to sign up to be a Transmission supporter. That's as little as $1. It's just $1 per month to do that.
On Patreon.
On Patreon or on PayPal. If you just go to our website, transmissionspodcast.com/support. That's how you can do that. And then you are automatically entered in the contest. You have to join up by July 31st. If you join up by July 31st, you are automatically entered. We will do the drawing in August. And there are 5 prize packs. So you have 5 chances to win something.
These prize packs are amazing. They're seriously, we're giving away over $1,500 worth of stuff.
Well, for our 10th anniversary, we're having 10 prize packs. We're giving away $150,000 worth of stuff. Aaron's kind of handling all of it.
Heard it all here first. Now it's has to happen.
Aaron's got all the reins on this one. He told me, don't worry, I'll handle it. I know people. I live in America. And you don't. So, Aaron, I know it's in good hands.
there's no mention of which nationality's dollars this was, though. So
again, it's all in your hands, as we had discussed many times over the past 2 years leading up to this announcement.
yeah, how's June Chris doing? He's dead.
June
How's
Chris
July
is dead.
Chris doing?
July Chris is actually dead. He just doesn't know it yet. I'm August Chris. Hello. I birthed early.
Are you from the future?
We also have our Till All Are One #1 comic. So we commissioned a special Transmissions podcast cover for Till All Are One #1. We still have a few of these. So if you want one, if you see me or Daryl anywhere during the show, say, hey, I want
Extremely
one.
limited.
They're $10 a piece. So if you want to come again, Alex Milne and Josh Perez and Sarah Peter Durocher are all here at the show. So if you want them signed, I believe all the artists do signatures for free, so you can get one from us and then get it signed.
This is literally the thing that I was about to say. Like I was throwing plugs over to you to plug the comic, and then like you plugged everything but the comic. And I was like, what about your comic book?
It's right there looking at us. Come on, man.
Also, we're going to do some raffle stuff on the Sunday podcast panel, so if you are able to stick around, you're not traveling back home wherever home may be. There's a wh on that wherever.
Yeah.
We're going to have some raffling on the Sunday podcast, which is after the closing Q&A. All kinds of fun things. I've brought a very exciting thing.
You brought it, eh?
No, whatever you think it is, I don't. What do you think I brought?
I don't know what you brought.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know what he brought either.
Oh, okay.
He's yet to find it in the dealer room.
That's amazing.
You could win a Transmissions T-shirt.
That's amazing.
I bet you might also be able to win, say, like a comic book.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe a comic book.
If we have any left.
Buy them out.
I want to jump in on the on this thing.
Yes, for the charity auction, which is coming up
About
very
to
soon.
start. If you are going to be present for the Sunday podcast panel, we are auctioning off a spot on the podcast panel. So if you ever wanted to be on a podcast or a panel or a
Both.
podcast panel,
Thank you.
you can get on it.
And we do publish these little audio programs on the internet.
This will be on WTF at TFW, this will be on Transmissions, and this will be on the _Zeus network.
So you will be heard by
Tens of people.
hundreds, maybe?
I like that we've all really smoothly cruised around the part where we've kind of just met you as far as the podcast roundtable, and everyone's coming up with ways to smoothly glide into Steel City bots, which is what it says on the certificate on the table.
We'll have to fix that when we actually sign it. That's right.
You'll get a good 100 views from that.
Holy crap.
It's very professionally made. Our technical guru, Jeremy, who's not here, made this.
Happy birthday, Jeremy.
Yeah. I printed it. Woo!
Well done.
Yay, me. And this will be auctioned off very shortly. It is only one spot, so this is not one of those, here's one and then, here's 6 more.
Yeah, we only had the one spot. We did this last time, and it went pretty well.
Yeah, and it was literally just me writing one podcast.
IOU on the back of a napkin or something.
It was pretty lame last week.
That sounds pretty official to me.
It worked.
Is he in the room?
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know.
I thought I saw him earlier.
He's here. Yeah,
Yeah, he's here. He's here.
yeah. But this is definitely more official.
Yeah.
So definitely want to take advantage of that if you've ever had the desire. Also, it gets you closer to Aaron.
And it's something that all funds go to charity, which is the crux of the charity auction, which I know you're all here for, so I don't have to tell you to stick around for it. But I hope you guys can grab a charity auction thing. I hope you guys pull in some good bids. I hope that you guys get in some bid wars, because those are fun. And I hope that you enjoy the talents of our charity auction master, Act Cheers Ian. Ian.
Hello, everyone. The charity auctions are going to be beginning in about, roughly 20 minutes or so. If you do not have your bidding panel, please go get it in the back. So in the back corner, they're handing out the bidding panels. If you do not have a panel, you cannot get a bid. So please make sure you have one of those.
Yeah, make sure you get your stuff in order. Also, is this a tangerine LaCroix?
It is.
I have not had tangerine LaCroix.
I go to the States and I smuggle back LaCroix over the border.
Cheers,
That's what they
Ian.
call it in the States.
We need to submit this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Officially submitting it.
Some pomp and circumstance. Thank you.
We will submit it when it is bought.
It's a Sharpie, but
That'll do.
that'll do.
You're going to do it now?
That'll do. So as we move into the crazy throng of the charity auction, thank you all for chilling with us in our little pre-show roundtable. Now I call it a little. I can't complain.
Yeah, we should have.
As I said, we will be doing another one of these Sunday at 4:30. Also Sunday, if you are chilling in the afternoon, I got 2 panels going on. One at 11, which is not really the afternoon, and one at 1. We got a crowd collaborative toy review that we'll be producing, and then we also got us Why Do We Enjoy the Toy Mark II. So thank you guys for joining. Well, they're not paying attention. No one's listening anymore. Charles secretly there. Yeah.
Thank you all for listening and enjoy the convention.
Well, I've still got a couple seconds, actually. I'd like to shout out Jen down there, who's been recording this panel the whole time. And also is the reason I have a type.
Happy birthday, Jeremy!
Good enough. That's my worst signature, but...
Really? Daryl, do you want to sign it? Or? We can all sign it.